Okay, everybody. Nice to be on here again, watching and doing some space engineers once again. We're gonna see if I got some talking going on here. Make sure I got everything hooked back up because I was doing all kinds of updates this weekend.
Okay,
All
everybody.
right, we're on. You have voice. I'm here, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Badger Wild, and I am back from a long and horrible sabbatical, all kinds of hellish problems that I've had to deal with these last 2 weeks. I am willing to answer questions on it to anyone who wants to jump on the channel and talk about it. Ask me questions, how things were going. I got a picture or two coming up on how bad it got. Uh, mostly, mostly we'll just be sitting here probably talking about it. I am currently working on a large type of nacelle, and I'm kind of using the light trick with this Enterprise, and I've been pounding away at it in my spare time with this gun emplacement. So I've been trying to, experiment with this particular nacelle right now. I know this is not the normal time we do this on normally on Tuesdays. Tuesday I ended up having to hold off just a little bit because it took about that long to get everything back up and running again. Um, so forgive me for that, everybody. But I have been the off time and the problem of being stuck in a house, watching what was going on outside, and seeing the horrors that I was having to deal with, got me time to make some clarity. I got to looking over some of the old comments. Some of y'all asked if I would do other games, and so while I was down, I did some other games. I've got some stuff that's pre-recorded, going to be going up, so it'll be a different game. And I'm also looking at other games. I'm kind of wanting to do Schedule One. I don't know if y'all want to do it. I'm gonna put up a video. I'm gonna put up a vote. If y'all want me to do Schedule One and try and do it, okay, we'll do it. If not, oh well, I don't know. I don't know what'll happen. But Schedule One, it's just a $20 game right now. I kind of want to get it before because I'm pretty sure the guy, as much money as he's making right now, he may try to up the price at some point. I want to get it before it gets too high. And I'd like to do it because I've done this stuff before. I've done games like that in the past before I did any of this. I used to do a series on GTA 5, talking about all the things that were happening and how to make good money on there and build yourself up real fast. And I kind of want to get back into doing something similar to that, but I don't want to do GTA 5 because, dear God, there's so much crap on GTA 5, and I'm a little pissed at Rockstar for some of the crap they've pulled in the past. So yeah, yeah. So that's what we'll probably be doing, a little bit of that and making sure of it. Anyway, once again, folks, for those that are just joining, I'm Badger Wild, and I'm saying, yeah, I've had some issues this week. So talking about the flood and what all happened with that, um, water got right before this hit. I've been flooded before, so when they said once in a lifetime flooding, once in a lifetime rain, I was like, yeah, I better get on that as quick as I can. I better figure out a way around that. And so first thing I did was called a cousin of mine who has a skid steer. He came out. We just went to town building a berm or a levee around the house. It's not a major project. It doesn't encompass the property. It just encompasses the house. And in doing so, by doing that, I managed to save the house from anything stupid happening. I am going to do probably a more hands-on style YouTube series with space engineers. Live streams are great, but there's a fickleness with my connection every so often, and so it'd just be easier just to do actual content. And content itself does more better on the channel, so I'm probably going to do that. So there is going to be a let's play coming up pretty soon. May do more let's plays. I don't know. I'm going to see if I can do some. I've got one. I'm just going to see if you guys like the game, see what y'all want to do with it. For now, I'm going to be working on this. Um, and while I'm doing this, some of y'all are probably going to come in the comments. You're going to say, "Oh, hey Badger, how you doing?" You're probably going to be doing that. But I'm going to also be while I'm doing this, I'm going to be looking at a ship design as I try to turn this into some type of ship that we can work with. And this might be a ship that comes along and you guys get to see it a lot more often. Well, but anyway, yeah. So dealing with the flood. So water came up. It got real bad. My wife almost got struck by lightning while this was going on. And I'm not complaining or anything. I'm not going to ask for money. So all y'all just chill. I don't ask for money on this channel. You know I don't. If money is given, if I request money, I'm going to provide something for y'all to give me for the money. Okay? That there's going to be something you guys can get a hold of and work with and turn around and you'll be able to say, hey, Badger, you created a pretty cool looking project for us. So that's what we're probably going to go with. Right now, is one of the problems I have with this is the angle of attack on a lot of this stuff because these nacelles are really nice that I've been working on. And they're probably not going to stay this shape for very long because they are just kind of an elongated nacelle. And they may kind of stay like this. They may not. I may add some more to it just to make it a little bulkier. But that's kind of the notion I'm going here with this nacelle system that I'm working on, which works really good. This is just me doing a decorative one at the moment. I need to. This is the other problem I have. I need to figure out how to attach this to another ship while keeping everything pretty good size. I need to figure up the size dimensions that I need. Let's go ahead and do that right now. Let's pull up the tab button, rip out a regular block, and I think this might be the distance I'm going to want to work with. And we're going to go this way. This is a very quick and easy way to measure stuff in Space Engineers. So 47 blocks long. Okay, 47 blocks. And this seems to be a pretty reasonable circular section. We're going to have to build a circular deal over here. What was it I said? 47? Yeah, 47. That's what we're dealing with. That's our mainstay issue here. I'm going to shove that there. And I'm going to go from here all the way up to 47. Be the distance. This is just an R&D creative area that we're working on. Okay, so 47, there should be a middle ground here. Let's see, 47 divided by 2. What would that be? 2. Let's see, that'd be 224, I think is what it would be. 24. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So right about here, I think. And we're going to go out 23. So maybe I can get the exact angle right. And then I can do the roundness of the saucer section. 3. All right, that's looking pretty decent. That seems to be on. Let's go ahead and hit this thing real quick and see. I'm having a few hiccups here. Let's see how long this section is here. All right, that's 24. And this is 24 as well. Huh, that's interesting. So now let's go here. Check this section here. That's 24. And That's 24. All right, so we've got a even circle here. All right, we got an even circle. Let me check the dealio here. Okay, nobody's texted in yet. Fine. So we have a pretty decent circle that'll work. I need to probably build high, at least by 2. All right, we'll build up here. I'll delete that. 1 and 2. And what we're doing here is we're building a frame. Now, build a saucer section. I'm going to have to work this saucer section around and then do some shaping to it and make it work. So, oh, that wasn't what I wanted. So there we go. There's our saucer section. This is the fun part. I think I can probably do this if I can use the mirror tool properly. Let's do that and that. There we go. Now, there we go. That'll work. That'll work. Now, if I put this on, we'll do 2 there. We'll do 2 over here for that. Right? Why is that one so dang high? Only went up 2 on the others. Okay. Well, we can work with that. We can work with that. Let's see. Let's add one more. Actually, I have an idea. We're going to turn this into a giant square. That's what we're going to do. And then I can start cutting the saucer. Because once I get the saucer section figured out on this, because it's going to be like the Akira, is what we're building. Something very similar. I'll have to modify the nacelles so it looks a little different. And then we'll start, I don't know, may use it for something, I'm not sure. There we go. Okay, all right. Well, let's see. So the first thing that's going to have to happen, we're have to make a straight run, and then we're going to have to do some shaping. There will have to be some shaping done to the saucer section. That's going to have to happen because we're going to try and make this look like the Akira, but the Akira saucer section isn't totally back and forth to an extent. It's not totally round, but that's because it's got some stuff cut out. So, it'll be a big saucer section too. We're going to have a lot of room inside this thing. So let's say we're going to have to go out like 2 for a while. So we'll go here and 2. And then let me see here. No, I messed that up. Hang on. So it'll come out 2 like so. And then we'll have another 2 blocks going into a series of blocks, and that's not even going to be near enough. Oh, go figure. probably have to go further. So let's see. We've got the front section here. 2, 3, 4. We'll go to 5. We'll do that. And then we'll pop up 2 more. 2 more. And then I'll go like so, maybe. No, I'm going to have to widen the berth of that a bit more. Very difficult getting that round look with some of these ships, especially with the shapes that I'm using. It can be done. It's just going to take some time figuring all this out. Ah. Let's try process of elimination here. We need a straight side angle. So we'll just add into this. And that should be having the effect all around. Yeah. So all I got to do is just do 1. That's it. We'll keep doing this until I can get to a point where I can simply take the side of the ship here and I can start adding stuff to it. So we'll go back here, see how that's looking. Okay. So we got some options here. This is getting that kind of rounded look. Now we are going to be using a couple types of angles here going to this. Let's see. We've not totally gotten too far in. The thing is getting all of it balanced so that it all balances real nice and good. That's the problem here. That's going to be the fun part. And then the other good part about this is you need to double it up, because if you don't double it, you're going to end up having trouble when I start putting the actual angles in. So right now we're going to block this into the shape of a saucer that I'm wanting, or at least close to it, and then we'll start shaping the outer edge and working the whole thing in. Let's keep notching. Let's see how that's starting to look. Okay, we're getting to something here. Now, there's part of the curve, but what we're going to want is to try and pull 2 of these around so that we can work this. Hold on, I have a phone call. Got a small issue. I just realized that I'm going to have to pick up my kid this afternoon. Munchkin's a good kid. All right, we'll do 2 there. And then and we'll just start building this up. So you see there, we're kind of getting what we want, and then over here I'll have to do something pretty similar. You see we're kind of getting there. I could, now I can do some type of subtraction here as we're doing this. Let's see. So, yeah, we've got that there going around. If I were to drop down 1, take another 3 out like so, going all the way over. There we go. Yeah, see, that's getting more rounded shape like we want. It's a little longer than I really wanted it to be. It's a wee bit wider, but we are going to pull some stuff in and do some modifications here. Looking at it, looks like it's doing pretty good, but I don't like, and this is just me, it may turn out better. I'm gonna go around here. I'm gonna put at least 1 layer on all of this, so we're just gonna, oh shoot, what did I do? There we go. Just a little layer here. Happy layers. And there we go. It's a nice circle, but it's a kind of long. Now the plan here is we want to keep at least 1 block, or at least 2 blocks, because I'm going to be subtracting stuff. If you understand where I'm coming from, we're going to be subtracting from this. There we are. Check that out. It's working beautifully. Oh no, it's not working beautifully because we have not enough right there. How'd that happen? Okay, so we got a couple of, let's go ahead and exit that out. We'll delete. There we go. We can delete those objects out. There we go. We got a nice saucer section started. All right. Now, that may not work out the way I wanted to. Well, we will keep a shaping. Fortunately, everything is connected, so it's not that big a deal. There we go. We've started a rounding like that. I like to try and keep things as crisp as possible. Well, let's see how bad this is from a distance. What I might do, we may elongate the middle section a bit more, give it a little bit more beef to it. So let's hop down here. Well, there's that, and that. Maybe, well, I want to do more, but let's see how this goes. And this is where the next part of it starts. We're going to have to go down to this angle of a block. And like I said, this is why we have, we doubled up on everything. And why I have a frame keeping everything together. Because this is one of the things about building in creative. Yeah, you see how much more rounded that's looking? We're getting that rounded look, and then we're also going to have to do some like hitting on certain sections of the ship. I wish I could show you guys what I'm doing. I really do. I wish I could show you guys how this is turning out. Hmm. Now I would like to go further than this, but we'll go here. And there we are. Nearly round. We could make it a little more oval shape. There's a bit of an oval look to it, to the Akira, but we're not gonna worry about that too much. Okay. So we got the oval look to the ship. The next thing to do is to start building, figuring out how the decks are going to go. If I'm correct on this, the nacelles that we're building should match it perfectly. So we got this nice big saucer section built. And it's turning out way better than I anticipated. Way, way better than I had hoped. And depending on how we work this over, the Akira usually has like a through deck, but we're gonna make our own variant of the Akira. And I kind of want to enclose the top spine section of the ship and turn that into kind of like an improvised hangar bay for smaller ships. So we can take this thing and do more with it. But yeah, that's where we're going. I'll probably do this build series a little bit this week. I may do some more tonight when I come in. Um, Make it look a little bit better. But this is what we're doing. We got the nacelle done. I've got a nacelle design that will work that I can detail, and I can make it glow. I've got a saucer section. We just got to figure out how to connect all this together. That's what we got to do. We got to connect all this together. But anyway, folks, once again, I am Badger Wild saying stay safe, stay frosty. And don't worry, I got some cool stuff coming down the pipe. I had a chance to, while I was down. I'll talk more about the flooding. I'll probably just do talk to text, and talk to text a whole bunch, a whole explanation of what was actually happening, so you guys will know how it went down. Because I know y'all kind of want to know what the adventure was. You want to know how things went down at Badgerdom, at the den, while everything was like going nuts. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, stay safe, stay frosty. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye for now.